guys, it is Jo back with and welcome back to Trauma Talk. Welcome all of our new subscribers. Seriously, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to have you. If you don't know me, like I said, my name is Jo Beckwith, and before I start, I have an important question for you guys. Does this jacket go like this or like this? I still have no idea. I'm gonna wear it like this for the video. Moving on now. So I have dealt with needing validation for the things that I have gone through for a really long time. And even before like major traumas. I remember when my house burnt down when I was 16, I was sitting in my boyfriend's basement on his couch and I was asking him, how do people react to this? I was not at all trying to look inward. I was not at all trying to feel what I was feeling. I was like putting all of that on hold and asking outside sources, how am I supposed to react to this? And whatever he said, I was gonna go with that. Because I cared way more about what other people thought about the experience that I was having than what I actually felt about it. And I've noticed this pattern repeated over and over and over again in my life, especially as the traumas that I've gone through have gotten more significant. And I think that there is something so healing and about being validated, about having people say, yes, what you went through was bad, or yes, what you went through is traumatic, or yes, what you're experiencing is PTSD, or it's, okay not to be okay. Those things are all so necessary to our healing processes. But at the same time, we don't need them. We don't need other people to tell us that what we are going through is significant for it to be significant. If you have experienced something and it is impacting you in a severe or significant way, that's all you need. You don't need other people to say, yes, that is a valid trauma, or yes, it's okay to be struggling with depression, or yes, it's whatever. And I found myself grasping at these straws all my life because I couldn't trust myself. And so I needed other people to be like, yes, being raped by a pastor actually was a bad thing, is a traumatic thing, or like, yes, depression is a difficult thing to deal with, and those are what those symptoms are, even though I knew what I was dealing with. I so heavily relied on other people, and so when other people would say the wrong thing, it would crush me. When other people would allude to things like my abuse was my fault, it would crush me, because I was relying on their answers for validation for what I was experiencing. And when we do this, it becomes really dangerous. When we put like all of our, I don't want to say self-worth, that's not what it is, but like all of our validation in people's words, we become subject to whatever they're going to tell us. And people don't always know what's up. People don't always know your experience. People don't always understand. People don't always know the right thing to say. If you have experienced something, I'll repeat it again, and you feel that it's significant, it's significant. And that is something worth working through. If you feel like you are dealing with some form of mental illness and you feel like you need to seek help, even though you think maybe it's not that bad, or maybe other people have it worse, or maybe whatever, seek help. Like, take care of yourself, take proactive steps to find support. And don't rely on what other people say, because so often people say the wrong thing. So often people say stupid things about dealing with mental illness when they have no idea, or really naive, dumb things when it comes to dealing with trauma or the things we've been through. So I just want to be the one to say, first of all, what you've been through is valid. And second of all, you don't need me to say that. You don't need anyone else to say that. If you have gone through something, that is valid. If you are experiencing something or feeling something, it is valid. End of story. And you are allowed to work through that, you are allowed to process through it, and you are allowed to feel it. Like I said, for so many years, I so heavily relied on outside sources to tell me what I was feeling, or to validate what I was feeling, or to tell me it was okay to feel what I was feeling. And I realized that I unnecessarily put myself at their mercy. And I was so injured and so damaged by other people's reactions when I didn't necessarily, what's the way to put it? It's not that I was putting myself in those situations, but I was opening myself up to be crushed by their reaction, where instead I might have just been really hurt by it. Where instead it devastated me because I was looking to their words to validate everything I was going through. And as I've been able to work out of that and realize that I can trust my own feelings and that it's okay to feel things, it's okay to say I have gone through something significant because I have, and to label it as significant or traumatic or whatever that is because that's the effect it has had on my life and not because anyone else says that's what it is. I have felt greater freedom and felt greater healing and been able to get to a better place faster because I am not at the mercy of other people's words. So if you feel trapped, if you feel like you're so desperate for what other people are saying, know that I have been there too. I really have. I was there for years. And I think in a lot of ways that's a stage that many people go through. But I would encourage you to work towards a place where you trust yourself, where you can validate yourself, and absolutely look for external validation from safe people who know what they're talking about as well, but know that you are a trustworthy source for your own emotions and your own experiences as well. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I am Jo Beckwith and this is Trauma Talk. If you have not already, please hit subscribe. I release videos every other day talking about mental health, mental illness, and more specifically, life after trauma, as you may have guessed by the title, which is Trauma Talk. So I will look forward to seeing you guys in 2 days, or day after tomorrow, rather, when we have an awesome new video coming out, and I will see you then. Please take care of yourself until then.